Hey, how goes it, everyone? I'm Andrew, your DM for the day, along with a band of miscreants and murder hobos. We're the Dirty Rollers, and this is the Icewind Dale Rise of the Frostmaiden campaign. There's the jello-headed Chrissy.
Do it again.
Do it again.
Yes. Some weird camera things popping up. All right. So this is episode 2 of our Frostmaiden campaign. We're gonna have a few little differences since we started off with a bit of the prelude to the Frostmaiden campaign that was written by James Hake on the D&D Beyond site. Played through that and we have some fun stuff, and they have a new traveling companion named Cal that's not in the normal Frostmaiden campaign, so they'll have fun with that.
Cal. I like Cal.
If this is your first time checking us out, thank you. If you want to check out the other campaign we have going, we have a campaign for goblins set up in the Wildmount setting. It's most of the same crew, and they have a good time roaming around the wilds of the eastern coast and Wildmount and getting up to all kinds of shenanigans. If you would, like, comment, subscribe, pass a link on to a friend or, a family member that's into the same kinds of craziness for D&D. Let's get to some character intros. Chrissy, who are you playing?
I am playing Ursula, the warlock. She is, oh gosh, I've just forgotten everything in life.
Back to the old one?
Yes, the old one, great old one is her patron, and she has a familiar named Tamo, a pseudo dragon, and I think that's the most important stuff.
Matt, who's Inga?
Inga, the Mantor Barbarian.
The Mantor.
With a very, very large stick. Dick, not stick. Sorry, I don't carry sticks.
You're not a retriever.
Sticks and stones may break my bones, but that thing's too fucking dangerous. That's going to hurt me. Sorry. One day I'll use it as a weapon. So we have a tea cozy on it? Until then.
It's gonna, no, I'm not feeding that one anymore. James, who are you?
I'm James, and I play Jiyu, a Warforged monk of the 4 elements.
Excellent. Garo?
I play Garo, the bard, a tabaxi bard, the College of Swords, some swashbuckling kind of sword-tossing bard.
Swords and salads. Jacob?
I play Tumpy, the battle rager, and I hate Cal.
Enough, Cal. Enough.
We'll get to Cal in a minute. And Mel?
I'm Melissa. Play Cradle. I am a pink tiefling, Way of Mercy. Oh God, what was that?
Whoa. Some feedback or something.
Was that me?
That's weird.
I don't know. We'll try to figure it out. There we go.
My gross wings. The end.
Your gross boneless wings. All right. James, you want to give us a quick recap of what happened last time?
Yes, indeed. So a night after, or sometime after the first change that Inga had gone through, being bitten by a were-rat, a night where nobody was injured and nobody else was bitten, and so we had made our way to Bryn Shander in the 10 Towns area to deliver a iron box to a ragamel. And once we got to the town, we went to a where's the inn called? Hold on, I'm sorry.
You're good.
I have so many notes.
Kelvin Comfort Inn.
Comfort Inn. Yeah. And Tumpy had a conversation with an old dwarven woman named Hlyn Trollbane. Oh, wait. Am I getting mixed up with Torga?
Nope,
Damn.
you got it.
Nope,
Right.
I think you're good.
Okay, sorry.
All good.
Who was talking about how the curse over the lands, how the sun never shines and every winter just seems to get colder as time moves on. How she suspects a merchant company, the Torgas, or Torga, yeah, sorry, the Torgas, and she wants our help. Tumpy accepted on our behalf, which is good. Shortly thereafter, we had found out where Ragamel lived, so half of us decided to deliver, while the other half decided to stay and have a few good drinks and some good meals. And we delivered the box to Ragamel, who decided to open it up in front of us. He had a gold dragon tooth chain on. And after opening the box, there's a small white dragon skull that seems to be made out of white gold. And he did some incantation, and the head animated, and it seemed to hold the soul of an ancient white dragon that was killed over 2,000 years ago, named
Oh yeah, say it.
Caladarnatheria. Caladarnatheria.
So we call it cow.
Yes, for short.
Yes.
That's a mouthful. And after that, where is it? I don't have that person's name. Dang it. Oh wait, no, I don't. After that, Ragamel just said, well, sorry. He basically just told us to take the head to Lady McCath in Luskin, but we don't seem to be going back there anytime soon. So
Yeah, it might be a while. So you might have Cal as a companion for a bit.
Yeah,
And
that's all my notes.
Tumpy's really glad to have her along. Tumpy and Cal get along splendidly.
Oh yeah.
Poor Tumpy.
Yeah, so Tumpy and Inga were drinking the whole time, and I think Inga got really trashed.
I don't remember that happening.
I think it was rotten. Was there rotten sausage? Or
Was there what?
was there rotten sausage or some type of there was something weird. I just can't remember what it was that he said.
It was one of the things that wasn't I eating sausage and
Oh yeah, that's right.
Sausage salad.
Oh yeah, I do remember.
Anybody remember how we ended?
Also, Flynn,
Sorry.
female dwarf, is hunting Sephic Caltro.
Yep.
And he's the one that worships the Frostmaiden.
Yeah,
I remember
when.
I remember we were on our way to one of the towns. I can't remember which one we picked, but we were up
We were heading to Targus, maybe going to Tourmaline. That's what
Something like that, yeah. Can you bring up the map? Like the big map? It's in a journal.
Was it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, we was planning on going to Tourmaline and stopping off at Targus.
Mm-hmm. So we're searching for that company, that trading company.
Yeah, the Torgas.
The Torgas.
And we were on our way, and we were to the northern part of the map. We were near that entrance, and then at least 2 or 3 dwarves had spotted us and asked Tumpy first about help with a situation, and that's where. Sorry about that.
That's where it ended up.
Yeah. Sorry about that.
Got it? Get the recap via committee.
So is it the Targas or the Torgas?
I believe it was Torga.
The Torga company. And we were searching for a specific guy in that company that was responsible for that we think was responsible for some murders.
Yeah, that's what Melissa had mentioned. Suffolk Caltro.
Suffolk Caltro.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're looking for Torga Icewind and her caravan. And the traveling merchant company is just called Torgs. Torg.
All right, so I guess we're headed up the path towards, I can't remember which town we were. It's been a month, so I lost my notes. I have my notes someplace, and I don't really have them anymore.
Rookie move. So we'll go back here. So you guys were at Northlook in Burnchander, where we left off. And make sure you guys are all here. Yep. You were, I believe, Tumpy, if Tumpy's still there. You were approached by a group of dwarves while you were at or near Northlook. Remember that?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Yeah, Melissa's got the notes. So yeah, we'll just start. We'll pick up right there from where that picked up, or where that came in. So, Tumpy, 3 stocky figures bundled in cold weather garb stumble toward you. They have snowshoes slung over their backs and ice picks fashioned to their belts. 2 of them have thick beards. The third holds up a gloved hand and says, through a thick wool scarf and a raspy voice, "Well met, I'm Haruna, and these are my friends Corix and Storm. We need help, and you look capable."
We're very capable. What do you need?
You see, when you look on them, they're all wearing looks like cold weather clothing, like most of the people here in 10 Towns area. Can roll a perception check real quick. I'll give you some character details, maybe not. Let's see what you know here. So Haruna, the one that's talking to you, you can see it looks like she's missing her right ear. You see another one that's just standing in silence. He hasn't said anything, but he just kind of looks like he's very lost in thought. He very obviously appears to be missing his nose, or most of his nose, and you can see an outline of black, probably this frostbite on a spot where his nose used to be. The other one looks really nervous, like he's standing back and like fidgeting around, and every so often you see him like look up to the sky ahead of him, and then he'll hop around and look behind him. Looks like he's trying to pay attention to the conversation, but he's also like really nervous and keeps glancing up at the sky. You had asked what they need.
Mm-hmm.
She says, "We're survivors of a group of dwarves tasked with delivering a sled of iron ingots to Burnchander. A Yeti surprised us and killed a member of our group. The rest of us fled as the Yeti tore Ubak limb from limb. Now we need someone to go back and get the sled for us. We can give each of you a gemstone. It's worth a lot. The friendship of the dwarves of Icewind Dale can also be a boon in these harsh times. You'll need snowshoes to make the trip in good time, though.
We got the snowshoes, I think.
Yeah,
we got snowshoes.
Yep.
Yeah.
You guys actually prepared before coming up to 10 Towns, so you do have snowshoes.
We did our studies.
Do I hear this?
Yeah, you're
Andy?
there, aren't you?
Oh yeah, I wasn't sure if they walked up to all of us or if they just walked up straight to Tumpy.
Oh, they walked
Garo,
up
come
to
talk to these people.
Oh my god! You said Yeti? Any trip with the mention of maybe possibly tasting Yeti meat, I'm in.
She looks at you kind of quizzically. Tasting Yeti?
I haven't had it yet.
Huh. And she, like, it kind of dawns on her that you're maybe something a little bit different than she's used to seeing. And she says, pardon, but what? Are you a big cat?
Indeed I am. I show off my fluffy tail, my fluffy chest. Would you like to pet?
No. Oh, no. I know what fluffy
Yes, please do. I grab her hand and push it into my chest. Let's start purring.
She like yanks her hand back and she says, "That's yeah, you're a big cat. Okay. And cats eat Yeti?
I eat everything.
Wink.
I'd like to walk over to Garo and just grab him by the shoulders and just turn him and walk him away.
Like everything. I eat everything.
She seems like she's kind of like maybe amused, slightly disturbed, but she looks back to Tumpy and she says, "Friend Dwarf, you think you can help us?"
It's not only my call, but I'm sure we'll try. Where is this sled of ingots at?
She points you. She points you in the direction of the mountain, or what, just a small mountain or something. And she says it's on the way towards Kelvin's cairn. Do you know it?
Do I know it?
You would.
Aye.
She says you know, conditions being what they are here, I believe we were about halfway to the cairn before we were overtaken. So you could find it between here and there.
What do you guys think?
So, this Yeti just attacked you out of nowhere? Or did you do something to provoke it?
Says I attacked us out of nowhere, but it's, if you're from the area, you know that's not an uncommon thing. They lie in ambush in the snow. They wait for you to pass by and leap out of the snow for you.
So they're assholes.
What was your reason for going to the cairn again?
I'm trying to deliver a sled full of iron ingots. They were coming from the mountain and trying to bring the iron ingots to Bryn Shander. Sorry, that was my fault.
Okay.
Okay, so retrieve the sled and bring it back.
Yep.
Was in that one book on the Frozen North, was there anything in particular that may have come up about Yetis? In the book of the Frozen North?
Yeah.
That you read?
Yeah, the manual that you bought way back in Luskin. You definitely remember reading about Yetis being like one of the main like persistent threats in the area. They're well known to ambush travelers. The cities do what they can to keep them away from the cities themselves, but they're not stupid creatures, and they know that the roads and things are well traveled, and there's usually pretty good chances, at least, of finding prey on the roads and humans and horses and dogs and things.
Anything that might be useful in our, if we get up there, anything, any knowledge that may have been said for any survivors, if they've fought any.
You asking me or the dwarf?
I'm asking the DM. Sorry.
Like in the book, you mean?
Yeah, just if there's like any like recounts of any tales or any run-ins.
Would you roll maybe a wisdom check for me and see what you can remember?
Wisdom check, okay. Rolling now. Rolling now. There we go. 20 altogether.
Oh shit. You know for sure that according to that book that you found, they do not like fire at all. Fire seems to be one of the main ways to keep them at bay, if possible. They won't necessarily like flee a battle from it, but they don't really want anything to do with it. You know from reading that being creatures of the cold, they don't seem to be impacted by the cold too much. Like they seem pretty well insulated against it. Make of that what you will. But yeah, outside of that, it's mostly like a like a wilderness guide kind of thing. It doesn't go super into detail about everything, but it kind of touches little things touches a little bit on a lot of things in the area.
Alrighty, I'll relay the whole. They like the cold, but they're not too fond of fire, from what I read from the book.
Fire. Do I have any fire spells?
Your moves are fire.
Oh, yeah, I'll just do some dancing.
Well, the Karn is slightly out of the way, a little bit above Tourmaline. So, I mean, we can always like help them out if we have the chance. Like try to get those ingots if we're on our way back. Take a slight detour. I don't see any reason not to.
Yeah.
So should we do it on the way back, you say?
I mean, if things work out, yeah, I don't see any reason why we can't try to help them with that.
Sounds good to me.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep.
Cradle, those are some interesting snowshoes you have there. What is that? Where'd you? Never mind.
You still have the pans on your feet?
No.
The pan.
After she saw Ursula giving her a dirty look, she took the frying pans off her feet. Proper snowshoes on.
Trying to see something, but let's roll 20 here. That is not a straight line. Huh.
So what town are we headed to first then?
First, I think would be Targos.
Yeah.
And up to Tourmaline.
Yeah.
Targos, then Tourmaline?
Yeah.
Or are you guys heading straight for the, trying to find the sled first?
Nope, Targos, then Tourmaline.
It has been decided.
Alright. So frustrating.
To Targus we go.
Are you having roll 20 problems?
Yeah, just trying to draw. There, jeez. Alright. I was trying to draw a line and grab it, and I couldn't do it. Just not having it. Alright, so...
Can we have them mark on one of our maps where around they think that sled is?
That's good thinking.
Um,
That Tumpy is a smart one.
Yeah. I was trying to get an idea for distance here. Give me 1 second. You guys, you'll see this when you watch the playback. The difficulties here. I'm just trying to. Man, they don't make this easy, do they?
You want to factor in distance?
Yeah, so they have the key at the bottom for the distance, which is cool. But trying to draw a line on that key and then use it to estimate distance, so I can get an idea how long it's going to take. But drawing a line apparently was giving me problems, and then drawing it and trying to rotate the line was a nightmare, but I think I've got it now. So, they'll take the map from you, and they'll look at it for a second, and Haruna, as she's staring at the map, she's like, can't really be sure, can't be positive. It gets kind of nasty out there, but I think it was here, and she draws an X on the map for you. Speed. No, I'm not going to be able to select the other one again. Ah, well. You guys will just have to see it. So I'll pull you over to the map page. That's not it. There we go. Everybody see the map fine?
Yep.
Okay. So the X that she marked here, ignore the long line.
Those X's, though.
Wait a second.
There's a long line there.
I just
That
got
was
a
for
black
trying to
screen.
measure distance.
Or do the doors have broken fingies when I do this?
No. Although, make a
I mean,
perception
we
check,
could.
Ursula.
What?
Make a perception check.
Oh, I didn't hear you. It was the thing cut out. Perception. 15. 16.
16? You notice when Haruna takes the map from you and goes to draw on it, you see the two of her fingers are also missing, and you see those same black marks like on the nubs of her fingers as
So she did have
the other
fingies.
one's nose.
She did have fingies missing after all.
She did. So, I wish I could get rid of that line, but I can't. So, yeah, I think this is Matt, I think this is the same problem that Corey runs into, trying to pick up there we go, I got it. Boom. Trying to pick up the spell effect boxes when he makes them. Yep.
Hey, Andy.
Yeah.
I just see a black screen. Should I refresh my page?
Yeah.
Like, I don't see any of the maps. Should I just? I'm sorry, man. It just blacked out. Sorry.
No, I just know what the possible things that can happen here.
Okay. All right. No. Okay. Now I see it. I see the map now.
Now you're back on the Icewind Dale map. Can you see that?
It's loading, but yeah. Okay. Yeah. I see the X and the.
Yeah, mine took a while to load.
Dang.
I was not wanting to tell him to reload after all the problems earlier.
You do.
There. So yeah, Haruna says she would gladly reward you guys if you can help get the sled of iron ingots back.
Is there a direct path to it from here?
She says you can leave out the, I think it's called North Gate. If you open your journal map back up. Oh, it might not be named on there, my bad. She says the gate leading out the north of Bryn Shander is a good spot to get started. And let's see. Pull you back up to there. So up here,
there's like a. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, you first.
Up here would be North Gate, and that's a terrible color. I should change that so you guys can see. There we go. Yeah, North Gate's up there. She said you can leave through North Gate and start on the trail that way, but you'll have to veer off the main road, and either you can take the road to Targos, and then up from Targos to Tourmaline and head off the road there, or you can just hike through the snow. She tells you it's probably quicker to do that, but it's dangerous, much more dangerous to go trekking through the snow with blizzards and avalanches and yetis and all sorts of things. But it's a more direct route.
I was gonna say there's a little cut through on the way to Tourmaline that would lead right there. That would be probably less trudging through snow if we did it that way.
You mean taking the road from Targos to Tourmaline?
Yeah.
Yep.
Would you be willing to join us? Then we secure it, then you bring it back?
She thinks on it for a minute. She takes a look around at her crew, and she says, "No, I think we'll stay here, but we'd rather pay to have you bring it back until we can regroup the rest of our what's left of our party, and maybe gather some more and make the trip back. That's why we would pay for the help." And she looks around again, and she says, "I don't think he's ready to go back out anyway." And she nods to the one that's like super nervous looking.
How sad.
It's up to you guys.
Inga, where should we go? Where are we headed first? Are you holding the map?
I mean,
I think
like I said, I think we can. I think we go from here to Targos. We go up to do our thing there. Go up to Tourmaline, and before we get there, or maybe right after, we take a little cut through, and then we can investigate for that sled and bring it right back down. That's probably the most direct thing.
That sounds great. A sled ride back to town.
Yes, sled.
So I guess if they'll listen to me, or if Tumpy has to, we'd just, tell them we'll accept the thing, the quest.
Yeah, sounds good to me.
Yep.
Okay. Alright, so she says she'd greatly appreciate it, and she would let me double check something, sorry. Yeah, I'm making sure that is what I thought it was. She said that they'll be waiting for you in Northlook if you successfully complete your quest to find the sled and bring it back. And she points over. go back to Brinchander map. She points over and marks it off. So I'm going to pop the names onto your guys' spot where you can see them as you uncover things. So everyone's on the Brinchander map, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oops,
Yeah.
that's not what I want. I asked you that and I went to the wrong one. A+. Alright, so you should have names showing up.
Yeah, I see. North look.
Yep. So she actually had found you guys like right out here, like on this little intersection just outside of Northlook, and she nods over there and says that she'll meet you at Northlook. They'll be staying there until you get back, and once you come back with the sled and the goods, that she happily pay you, and she looks at Tumpy and she says, "Thank you very much for helping your fellow dwarves." And she kind of like looks at your hand and your arm and like tries to figure out a spot she can like safely like grasp you, and she holds your hand and, like takes your hand in both of hers and like shakes it real quick and gives you a little solemn nod.
Okay.
Okay.
One thing I was thinking about is how I asked her how long ago. I guess how long is the trip from here to if we went straight to where they left?
Where they left or where they got ambushed?
Where they got ambushed, where they left their sled.
So she thinks on it for a second and she says, the darkness around it, it's very hard to tell time really. She said, I think it was about 2.5 days of walking to get here.
Okay. I was just concerned, like, would we be able to, I was thinking in my head, would we be able to find it if we waited a long time? Would it be just completely covered in snow?
Oh, right.
There's a chance, but she says, I marked it off the best I could. You'll have to look for any tracks that might have survived the weather. Maybe watch for Yeti activity, and she like looks over her shoulder at her two companions there, and she inches closer to you, and she kind of like covers her mouth a little bit so they don't hear. And she says, "And I think the remains of our friends may be there if the Yetis didn't finish everything." And she looks kind of like sad when she says that, but it's a valid clue of something to watch for.
Would you like us to bring back any remains?
She says, if there's something akin to a whole body to bring back, otherwise you can leave them to the wild, and maybe just their remains, their belongings. I mean, as if you can bring back belongings or anything to give back to their friends or family, it's always appreciated, but it's not necessary.
Okay, I understand. We'll see what we can do.
Yeah.
All right. Well, are we ready to go then?
I'm ready.
So,
Move them up.
All right, so where are you guys heading first? To Targos?
Targos.
Two Targos.
To Targos we go. To Targos we go.
All right, heading to Targos. So,
Hi ho the merry ho, to Targos we go.
please hold. On foot with snowshoes. A half a mile per hour. But I think that's yeah, that's just for rough snowy tundra. So snowy roads are a little bit different. So you guys all have your cold equipment, so should be fine for that. I don't know. Let's say maybe a mile an hour in snowshoes on the road. Seem fair? Sure, why not?
Sure.
I really would love if this worked.
As we're walking, we all have snowshoes on, so I'm like, we got snowshoes, and I have a drum. We got snowshoes, and I have drum. So I start singing the song about snowshoes and drums because it's fun, and just it's got to be a boring hike.
I've got a drum. I got a snowshoe.
And a drum.
Pen, pineapple, pebble pen. Sorry.
I knew what you were doing with it. Being able to draw this.
I have a snowshoe. I have a drum.
Got
Snowshoe.
Oh, I can't even select it.
Oh. Or Andy.
Will this work, maybe? Holy crap. I would like to rage.
Andy is going to reach.
Andy is having all the problems.
I am. I've not had as much difficulty just selecting something before. Even giving it a fill isn't helping here. Frustrating. There, jeez. No! Lost it. Well, when you guys watch this, you'll see my frustrations.
Poor Andy.
Well, in the meantime, I'd like to end my song by running by Jiyu and hitting it in the top of the head really lightly like this. And that's the finale to my song.
But
Thank you, Jiyu. Thank you.
I love it.
Thank you.
No, thank you.
That was the end of your traveling song.
Yeah.
There's a hidden self-destruct button. No.
The perfect tone to make GU self-destruct.
It's like, well, bye guys. No.
This
As
is
we're walking, Cradle's going to be looking behind her at how big her footprints are in the snow with the snowshoes. Ursula, it looks like we're big monsters. Cool.
I'm saying it's about 3.5 miles between Bryn Shander and Targos because I can't get the selection thing to work right.
Oh, that's not far at all.
Okay.
That's 3.5 miles?
So about 3 to 4 hours worth of travel for you, depending on conditions and things. But yeah, that's on the roads. So about, like I said, between 3 and 4 hours worth of travel. We will roll. Is anybody, I can't remember in this one, is anybody working on anything? Crafting or completing anything? Or is that just Garen and the Alchemist in the other campaign?
I think the most is just Jiyu sewing a little jacket for Tamo because he already got a little sweater done for Cheese.
Oh, right,
But
right.
that's just like on like, any leisure time. But yeah.
That's super important. It's like the most important.
So walking along, I don't know that you'd be able to knit
No, yeah.
super
I
well.
figured it'd be like, probably like when we go down to rest or something.
Yeah,
Most
but
likely.
it's good to know because I had forgotten about that. So keep that in mind.
Okay.
Forget.
I'm forgetful. There's 3 campaigns worth of shit to remember. So yeah, you guys you set out at what you think is the beginning of the day, or a little bit afterwards of it. We'll say what you think would be about noon. You make it to Targos. You've passed a couple different caravans traveling between the 2 towns, just small. They look like either merchant caravans or like supply caravans or something. Everything went about as well as you could hope for here on the roads. You get to Targos, and then I have to find Targos. That's not Targos.
We're going to Targos. We're going to Targos.
That's Tourmaline. Targos. As you come up to Targos, you can see that it looks to be encircled by a wooden wall, presumably to help protect the town from the threats of the wilderness and orcs and things. You notice the breeze here has gotten much cooler than it was out even on the open road. Jiyu and Tumpy, you guys can make nature checks. Actually, Inga, I had said you were from the area too, right?
You said I'm familiar with it, yeah.
Yeah, you can roll a nature check as well.
All right. 17 for Jiyu.
Okay, so Jiyu,
Nice.
from your reading your nature book, or your whatever your like survival guide for the area. Did I actually give that thing a name?
I think it is. Hold on, I have it.
The survival guide.
It's a Explorer's Guide to the Frozen North.
Yep. Okay. So in your explorer's guide, you definitely remember, like after studying it, that Targos is not that far away from Mare Dualden, and this cold air is probably the icy breeze coming off of the lake. And Igna, you remember the landscape and everything, and know that you're pretty close to a pretty good sized lake as well. So, let's see. You guys would know that Targos has been one of the biggest fishing industries in 10 towns, and they have the biggest fleet of fishing boats. It's actually a very large like fishing village or fishing town. Let's see what else you would know real quick.
So I assume they kind of do fishing in that ice lake thingy?
Yeah. Yeah, if you have your map open, it would be to the northeast. All that measuring I did, and it says in the book how long overland travel is between the cities. Whoops. My bad.
It's fundamental.
All right. Yeah, okay. It says how long overland travel is between any of the connecting cities. So, yeah. That's my fault for being a dumbass. Let's see. Yeah, you guys are outside of it. You come up on the great wooden wall of Targos. You come up, and this was where. I'm sorry, I'm trying to read and remember things at the same time. This is where you were looking for Suffolk at.
Yeah.
Okay. So when you come up to the great wooden wall here, you see other merchants passing by, and coming in. In fact, you see someone ahead of you at the a packed sled being pulled by sled dogs. They're allowed entry in after being checked. The guards here kind of usher you forward and ask you what your business here is in Targos.
We merely travel.
Merely travel? And he kind of looks around to the rest of the group and he says, is this the same for all of you? Are you all one band?
They're all one band.
Indeed.
Yeah. Hi.
I point to Garo's
yes, hi.
musical instruments and say, literally band.
We are a band. We
Guard
play
looks-
music together.
Guard looks kind of unimpressed and he's like, head on.
Would you like to hear a song?
No, that's okay. You can.
I can hand out instruments and we can all play right here.
Oh, that's all right. But you see his buddy.
I pull out
His,
2 spoons.
his
Yeah.
other guardsman at the gate with him. He says, "No, let's not be hasty. Let's, we've been out here a while. Could use some entertainment, maybe." He says, what have you got, Sir Bard?
Well, my friend here has a head that sounds like this. And this one with the flappy wings, the wings that have, they're like floppy, don't have bones in them. She can play the spoons. Play some spoons.
Roll a performance check, Cradle.
Oh, God.
Oh, God. Oh, no. Poor
And
man.
then I hand Inga my drum, and I'm like, you can use your thing, your big mallet to play the drum. You'd be impressive. Here, hold this, Inga,
I
Oh,
take
man.
the drum.
and just bang it against it.
I just
Start the beat. Start the beat.
I just bang it against it.
So, Igna, roll a performance.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Just that.
And I,
Roll some performance, Igna.
Oh, God.
Jiyu, hit your head. Hit your head.
I've been doing that.
Oh my god.
Do you go ahead and roll performance to add into this?
Oh, it's going to be a straight roll, man. Oh.
Cal is.
Okay.
Who had
12.
Cal? Who was holding her?
I thought she just floats on her own.
Did I have Cal?
Yeah, I thought she just
No, she,
floated around with
She
us.
does float on
Whose
her
call
own.
is it?
So I guess the question would be:
I
were you
think
guys?
she was put.
She was what? Sorry.
Cal was putting something because I offered to carry her in my wings, and she was disgusted.
She said she would travel on her own because I remember asking that too. Like, should you?
She'd probably be hanging out with Ursula, though.
Maybe I'm thinking of cheap.
Some familiar scales.
But I told her to stay kind of close and hidden, kind of, because I told her I don't know how people would react to her.
That's what. Excuse me. That's what I was gonna ask. If you guys were just having her travel around out in the open between the towns and around people and stuff. But Ursula, you can hear. I don't know where would you have Cal if you were trying to hide her?
If I was trying to hide her, how big is the skull again? Because it's not an actual dragon skull size. It's like something like that would fit in your hand, maybe.
Yeah. I want to say that it said fist size, if I remember right.
I feel like that too. Yes.
Trying to look.
Somebody's duffel bag or the bag of holding.
I think we should have put a little piece of fabric around her, like a cloak, so she just looks like a small creature. But then if you move the cloak, you'd be like, there's no body there.
This is where you die.
Oh yeah, it's like the size of an adult cat skull.
Okay, so
Yes, we should.
I think if I was carrying her, if I remember right, the coat that Ursula had inside pockets.
Mm-hmm.
I would probably have her tucked into one of those pockets.
All right. So yeah, you can hear from inside your coat pocket. You hear, by the gods, this is just awful. Make them stop. They're embarrassing themselves like this. And you see the we got a 13, a 12.
I think Seaster had a 5.
5, yeah.
Cradle had 5.
So you see the guard, the one that was like looking forward to hearing something. He like at first he's kind of like trying to nod along to the spoons, like the awful just mess of sound the spoons are making. And it started off as maybe kind of a beat, but then it turned into like it sounded like someone dropped a drawer full of cutlery. And then like when Inga steps into it and he's trying to beat his drum, it's just this. It's I don't know, like it doesn't reverberate or anything like a drum should. It's just like.
Impressive, eh?
Oh god!
Just
Best
this
band ever.
meaty thumping on a drum. He says, "Yeah, maybe avoid offering your services to the inns and things, but go ahead and go on." And like the one that wanted to hear it, you can hear him as you guys walk by. And he's like, "Yeah, I'm sorry, I should have taken your word for that."
Oh, that's good. This is good constructive criticism. We'll get better, crew. We'll get better.
Constructive criticism.
I have no charisma.
You're beating on your head to make the sound, so.
A 12's not that bad. Sorry.
Let's see.
Oh my god.
All right, so yeah, you guys are in the city, and I'll take you to Targos. Let me find Targos. Why aren't you in alphabetical order? There it is. Boop.
Oh.
Hello.
Oh, yeah, before we left, is it okay if I asked one of the guards if they happen to know of the Torg merchant company, if they know if they've come through here?
Torg. Not really certain. They might have come in at a different time when we weren't on watch. There's lots of merchants here, lots of sellers and supplies coming through.
If a merchant company was to come through here, can you point me in the direction of where they might go? We have some business to do.
Yeah.
I need some new instruments for my band, as you can see.
He says you need a lot more than new instruments, friend.
Well, thank you. I appreciate the criticism. We'll get better.
Crap.
Perhaps we could practice again? Would you want to hear another song?
Not in our presence, please, but yes, I think you could use more practice. More practice is always a good thing. Where is it? There we go. He says if you were looking for a merchant, specific merchant, maybe try Triglio. It's a general store. Or you could see if maybe they registered at Town Hall. Not everybody has to register, especially if they're just passing through. So I can't be sure, but those are the two places I'd suggest you look.
Let's go to the Triglio general store then.
Triglio?
Yep.
Triglio.
She says, are you from here? Do you know where the Triglio or the town hall would be?
No, that's why I was asking you.
Whoop, my bad. Let's see. He takes out he takes your map and assuming you present it, I guess. And is that the right thing? That is not the right thing. There we go.
Triglio. Dirt.
Shows you
Nice.
that. And
Triglio.
shows you that.
Here we go to Triglio.
There's a song that goes with this place, apparently.
Yo, here we go to Triglio.
Such bard. Very wow.
Very hard-tasking.
Inga, let me hear that beat again.
Everything is snow and ice when you're in Frostmaiden's paradise. No. Sorry.
Yeah.
Oh,
I try to beat the drum to that beat, and then I start to. All of a sudden, I go, oh.
Save that for the end of the song. Save that for the end of the song. Oh, that song had a happy ending.
Oh God.
what the best group ever.
I hand the drum back to Garo.
I may hand it back to you.
I just keep pushing it back to him.
I'm not. Okay, I use prestidigitation to clean it off. Oh.
You can use all the magic you want. I don't think that thing's ever going to be the same.
Oh, that has quite the smell to it. Is that taurine? Is that taurine?
Oh, Red Bull.
I know.
It gives you wings.
Did we just discuss the smell on our other campaign?
Oh no.
It will serve like bleach.
Terrible. All right, so yeah, you guys know. Let's see. You're all here, yeah. Okay, double checking. You're down here at the gate here from Bryn Shander. So you can see that it's not too terribly far away. You know that it's someone have a really active bird right now?
I keep hearing that too, and I wasn't sure what that was.
That's my mom sneezing in like 2 or 3 rooms away.
What?
Your mom sounds like a songbird?
Well, up close she sounds like a cockatoo. I'm not gonna lie.
Okay.
Sorry.
I'm gonna sneeze.
It sounds like a songbird. Like I thought we were hearing it from Garen's window again or something.
I thought so too.
That's interesting.
I think the sneezing's done. I hope.
I mean, that's the most peaceful sounding sneezes I've ever heard. But
I wish I sneezed like a bird.
But believe me, it's muted in here. But if you go out there, you're going to be hearing ringing,
sneezing, sounding like a cockatoo. Yeah, all right. Yeah. So yeah, you guys, you're inside the gates now, and you can go where you'd like.
Cool.
Let's check out Triglio. There might be some more provisions, or maybe health potions for all we know. I'll get a couple and spread them out to everybody.
Potions.
Jiyu is so kind.
He doesn't need food, so he's like, well, might as well buy some health potions for future reference, man. Let's do this.
Trying to buy some
Please.
Intriglio.
Well, just to see if they have anything. Like, if they have anything in particular.
All right.
Just testing the waters.
So you walk in and you see what you think would be the store's proprietor. You see a scarecrow-like fellow with a tall human, and you see. Well, you can roll a perception check on it.
Okay. 16 altogether.
Yeah. All right. So you see him. He's standing at the counter. He's got both hands on the counter in front of, he's not standing on the counter. He's standing at the counter with both hands on top of it. And you notice that one hand looks a little messed up, mangled, like it doesn't look quite right. But he says, "Welcome to Triglio. How can I help you?"
Oh, well, we just figured we'd look around, maybe buy some products, possibly get any know-how on the town from your point of view.
Yeah, certainly, I can help you. Are you looking for anything specific, or what kind of information are you looking for?
Well, I look over to Garo and be like, what info are we looking for?
We're looking for the Torg's Traveling Merchant Company. Have you heard of them?
He says, yeah, I believe they've been through. I'm not sure if they're still here, but I believe they were here.
If they were here, where would I find them?
Said, are you friends with them, or just looking?
Yeah, we have some business to do with them. We are a band here, and I need some new instruments for my bandmates.
we're looking for work.
He kind of chuckles and he says, I'm not so certain they have instruments for sale, but yeah, please, I mean no offense, but they have a bit of a shady reputation. So I would imagine they're hanging out probably to the north, to the north end of town, maybe near the banks of the lake.
Okay. Well, that's good. I mean, we kind of want shady instruments, because we want that dark vibe for our band.
Oh yeah, I suppose, yeah.
So I think that might work.
What's your band called?
Oh crap! We haven't even thought of a name. Do you have any suggestions?
Well, you guys went the opposite way of most bands, or you put the band together and then thought of the name.
I was thinking, look, if it was kind of a metal band, it'd be like Cradle Meat Nugget. How's that sound?
Cradle Meat Nugget?
Well, your performance at the gates there, there was like some kind of awful folk music with spoons and drum. And what do you have there? And their bouzouki still, or do you have something else?
I wasn't even playing it. I was directing.
You were what?
I was just directing. I was like, all right, you do this. All right, you play that.
Doing the composing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So that was some like awful folk music.
Yeah.
Some shit you don't want to hear in the woods, maybe.
Yeah.
Paddle faster.
All right. So up north. Oh yeah. Do you have any was that heel juice? That red stuff that makes you feel awesome?
So no, I am general store, but we don't have anything quite like that. That seems like a bit more of a specialty thing. Since I'm more like your everyday goods and sundries.
All right. Well, do you know of a place here that would have any of that?
He like holds his hand up to his chin and he's thinking, says, I don't know that there'd be anybody here with healing potions. It's kind of a thing that's a little more on the rare side here in 10 Towns. I'll Honestly, you could ask any other merchants you come across, but I can't guarantee it.
Well, thank you. I appreciate your knowledge. I'll just, for your time, I just give him a silver.
Ah, thank you. Unnecessary, but thank you.
Jiyu will ask for a 50-foot length of rope.
Oh, of course. And he says, hey, hang on one second, and he walks away to a different shelf, and he comes back, and it's it's all bundled and wrapped nice, and looks like a brand new length of rope.
All right. How much will that run me?
He says, well, are you getting anything else?
Oh, boy. No, that'll do it for now.
Just a gold piece. That's it.
All right. And as I give him, sorry, not add the -2. Sorry.
Oh, good.
I'll just kind of make small talk. Say, I couldn't help but to notice that looks like a nasty scar you got there. Where'd that happen from?
He picks up his old. Or it's old. I guess it's as old as him. Picks up his hand and he holds it up for you to see, and he says, "This is an old fishing accident. I don't know how much you know about the towns here, but fishing is fiercely competitive, and might have been an accident, I suppose. Maybe not. Says, either way, it's beyond me. I got it smashed between my boat and one of a competitor." It's never been quite the same, and you can see like he's trying to like flex his hand, and he can't quite close it all the way, and can't really open it all the way.
This guy's a human?
Yeah.
Okay.
Why?
Because the story sounded awfully close to Ursula's stupid secret.
No, this is a human. I forgot about.
And I was like, wait a minute.
No, that's not who you think it is.
Okay.
Nope. I know, he just tells you got it smashed between two boats, and it never really healed right. This is the boat from Tourmaline. It's one of our most direct competitors we have.
How do you spell that name again? Sorry.
Tourmaline?
Yeah, sorry.
I'll put it in the chat.
All right, cool.
Make sure I'm spelling it right. M-A. It's one of the other 10 towns, so the name's on your map too.
Alrighty. When he said that, it kind of seemed like it was an accident or not. Is there an insight check I can, just so I can try to gauge if he is like kind of harboring he already said that they're shady, but I don't know if he's just trying to cover something up or not.
The Tourmaline was shady? He was saying that Torgs was a shady.
Torgs was shady, but also, he just kind of said it was an accident or not. But
yeah,
when he said that kind of thing.
You can roll an insight for
Okay. It's right in front. There it is. There we go. Rolling. Oh, that would have been good, but 13.
13. It's just the way he says accident, you get the idea that he's at least questioning whether it was an accident or not.
I have competitor Tourmaline, parentheses, Dix, question mark.
I mean, it's as good a note as any.
I'll just introduce myself saying, I'm Jiyu. It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance.
Well met, Jiyu.
He's not giving up his name, is he? Damn it.
Oh, yeah, pardon me. Justin Hunray, at your service.
Justin Hunray.
He's the proprietor of Triglio.
right.
Look at you, studious note takers.
Trying.
Yes. Good note taking, Jake. Good job. That's negative 15 XP for Cradle for a shit joke.
For the dad.
See, who else is in here with Jiyu?
I'm there too.
I'm there.
You said, can I help anyone else? Anyone else looking for anything?
Does he have anything that would start a fire?
Yeah.
Like, he doesn't have magic items though, right?
Yeah, you can ask him.
I want to ask him if he has any magic items.
He says, no, I'm afraid I don't. It's mostly a general store. Just like your basic odds and ends for surviving here.
He probably doesn't have what I'm thinking about. Okay.
Are you looking for like a tinderbox?
Not really. I was kind of thinking of some kind of magic item that would start a flame or something.
But that would be me.
Garo,
I'm a magic item that can start a flame. And I make sparks come from my fingertips.
It's just like the little quick sparks you get from hooking up jumper cables to a car battery.
Yeah.
I'm actually looking to see if I have something that already does that, but I was thinking more of like a magical type of fire. So no, I guess that's all I wanted to know. If he had magic items.
Yeah, he doesn't appear to have any magic items, but holy shit, the very first magic item from way back when.
What?
Tumpy remembers.
Oh, I don't.
Does Garo still have those?
I vaguely remember that.
What were they? Refresh Garo's memory.
Goblin
They should be
hand?
in your inventory, are they not?
Oh yeah, I have that, but that's not. But she's. Oh, you wanted something that starts a fire.
That certainly starts a fire.
Yeah, this starts a giant fire.
Because,
That was more what I was thinking of, though. Actually, some
You
sort of
should,
magic item.
really
Oh, that's more what you were thinking of?
Yes, I was looking for something more like that. A magic item that would cause more of like a fire you would attack something with.
Oh, then I hold up my goblin hands that are bound together like this. It's tied to my waist. You guys have seen it. It just swings from my base of my belt all the time.
Does it have charges?
Yeah.
I wonder how many it has left.
Oh. I think I can do it like, let's see, I think I can do it like twice a day.
So,
Oh, really?
Inga,
Yeah.
the very first magic item they got was a set of mummified goblin hands that were bound together like this in like a fan shape.
Back in
I was thinking for stuff that may be good to use against the Yetis.
Yeah, these would be great to use against a Yeti. They make a blast of a big cone of fire.
Cool.
Interesting.
Good job, Tumpy. Good memory.
I didn't know that's what
Good
you were
notes.
looking for. That's funny. Let's see, what does this thing do? How many times? Yeah, it's 2 charges a day.
Cool. That's pretty neat.
It does 3d6 fire damage.
Is it on a failed deck save?
Yeah, that's on a failed dex save. If they make their dex, then they take half.
Cool. I thought it had like maybe limited charges, like 10 total or something.
Jiyu just had an epiphany.
Which is?
What's that stuff that you usually have on the top of the torch? Just a bunch of cloth dipped
Cotton
in
oil and tar.
Yeah, like pitch or soaked in something usually. So usually like some kind of rag or something.
Jiyu will ask for a flask of oil, and he comes back saying, "Can I have a flask of oil? And if you have any little bundles of rags,
for more torches,
something like that."
Bottles and rags, huh? He's going to
Wisdom.
roll a wisdom check.
We're hunting yetis.
I have the big.
I'm on to you, I think. And he says, hang on. And he comes back and he's got comes back like hefting up a crate, and he says some old spirits that no one's wanted came from an old brewer that just never really quite panned out. You can try a taste of it if you want, but it tastes like nothing more than what you'd want to fuel a fire with. He says even the bone cold fishermen here don't touch this stuff, and I can't sell it normally, so you can have it at what I paid for it, and throw in the rags for free.
How big is the container?
It's got it's like a wooden crate of about 6. Just trying to think. What is it? Liter bottles? Big bottles of alcohol.
Okay.
Did you wink at me, weirdo? Look over and the dog's winking at me.
I want to try a bottle.
Oh boy.
Oh,
I'll buy the bundle, but okay. I wouldn't suggest it.
Cheers.
It says the whole crate for just 10 gold.
All right.
It's a lot of alcohol. It's fairly heavy. Like these are big bottles.
we should probably divvy these out to everybody so everybody can have like a Molotov.
But yeah, whoever's trying them, it tastes like it's just awful. Like it tastes like it's pure alcohol. There's no flavor in it. It's like it's like rubbing alcohol.
Oh, that was not.
Gross.
Oh, man. You're talking about this mine?
Yep.
Yep.
So who all tried it?
Me.
You and Garo. Jiyu, did you try it?
No, I did not try it. My idea wasn't for drinking.
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah. Surprisingly.
Garo and Tumpy can roll a Constitution check then.
Yay! Check Constitution.
Tumpy's dwarven resilience kicking in. Tastes disgusting, but you're fine.
Where do I do a con check at? That's not like or is that a con saving throw?
Con save.
Okay. Ooh. Okay.
Oh yeah, that awful burp that you let up. Your stomach is all sorts of.
I got indigestion.
It's not feeling good.
Oh my god. Garen.
My mouth is all watery.
That's too realistic.
My eyes are getting all watery.
Justin's like, oh, please, not. Oh, can you guys please maybe take him outside? So I'm not cleaning. Oh, please, I'm not cleaning up puke or hairballs from that one.
Jiyu will start guiding. Jiyu will start guiding Garo out the. He'll start guiding out and put his hand in his mouth like, "Oh God, don't do it."
Garo, I'll make you some tea.
Yeah,
Thank you.
you guys
Thank you.
get him out in time before he coughs up whatever he coughed up, and you see Justin kind of like leaning over the counter and looking out. And he says, "Is he gonna be all right?" Told him not to drink it. That's some nasty stuff. I've had that in the back for years.
It's just a hairball.
Is there anything else I can help you guys with?
Oh, do you have any grappling hooks? This is my last part. I'm done after this. Sorry.
Grappling. He says not that I. Hang on, let me look, and he disappears behind the counter, like underneath, looking like underneath the counter for something. That's not helpful. Looks for a second. He says, yeah, maybe. How's this?" And he plops one down on there, and it looks old, like it was used or something, but it looks like it would still be usable.
I will take it.
All right. One second. He says it's just there's 2 gold for that one.
All right. All right. There we go. That'll do it.
He looks around to who else is in there. Tumpy, Inga, were you in there? You said.
Yeah, I was.
Says, you guys need anything? Anything else? Tumpy need anything? Oops.
No, I'm good.
Okay.
I poke my head in and go, "We need a little snowshoe for that man's meat." I point to Inga.
For his
I'm
meat?
I'm already showing a sock. I think that's all that really.
Oh yes, the sock will be fine. Sorry.
Says, what
Back out.
It would be a small sled too, not a shoe.
Oh yeah, sled.
Just to drag it along.
He looks really confused. He's like, "What do you mean his meat?"
It's a long story. Oh God,
Long story.
Not intended.
He just seems confused at this point.
Sorry about the confusion, but thank you very much, and it's nice meeting you.
Says, "Hi, well met, all of you. This has been one of my more entertaining sales of the day. So thank you." Says, "Good luck on what you're looking for, and be careful of Torgs. Like I said, they're just keep an eye on them. I wouldn't trust them very much, if at all. That's your business."
Alrighty, thank you.
All right. No, if you guys are all done in there, so what was everybody else doing while you 3 were inside? Or 4?
What was Cradle doing?
I was just shuffling my moon cards in the back. Just shuffling my moon cards.
Chrissy? She was asking about magic items that don't exist. So you 2 were outside. Melissa, call odds or evens. God damn it.
Me?
Yeah, you're Melissa.
Even.
Evens? Okay. While you're standing there, shuffling your moon cards, roll a purse. What's your passive?
Yeah.
What's your passive perception, actually? probably stupidly high as
15.
Oh, that's not bad.
Andy hates me.
Why? Because yours is super high.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's good.
What is yours in the 20s?
It's 21.
Nice. You don't miss it.
No, 22. My bad.
How
Wow.
is it that high already?
Well, I took the observant feat,
Ah,
and I have proficiency, so
gotcha.
it's just stacking.
So you're too busy to notice, Cradle, as you're shuffling your moon cards. You hear the bark of a dog, and you don't really pay it any attention though, and you're suddenly tackled to the ground, and you feel your face being covered in the lips of a dog. What do you think is a dog?
Yes.
Ursula, you see a wolf-sized dog. It looks like it's dragging something behind it, and it's got some kind of harness on it. Pounce on top of Cradle and begin licking her face like crazy.
It's a. Did you say the dog was attached to something?
It looks like it was attached to something. There's something on it. There's some kind of harness on the dog.
Oh.
Ursula, can I keep it?
I feel as though he probably belongs to someone. I guess Ursula's gonna go over and
Me.
and take a closer look at the dog, see if she can figure out what's on it.
Me.
Starts gnawing on your back flaps.
Oh, gross!
It starts whimpering as it's licking your face, and it runs away a few steps, and you guys can see that it's got like a leather harness on the back of it, and it looks like it's trailing a long piece of leather, but it looks like it's snapped. Ursula, you can roll a perception check.
Perception. I need to not use this die ever again. 6.
6? No, it just looks like a leather strap and harness. You're not completely sure what it is.
Any identification?
Yeah, or like, does Ursula see like where it came from? Maybe like footprints in the snow or something.
With your 6, no. You just like caught some movement out of the corner of your eye, and then you saw the dog leap through the air, and you heard the grunt come from Cradle, and she got tackled to the ground and is having her face furiously licked by the dog.
Do I know what kind of dog it is?
It just looks like a very large dog. Large. He's got like gray, like a dark gray, and then some darker, almost like black splotches in his fur, and bits of white on his paws, on his muzzle.
Okay. Ursula's going to ask the dog, where did you come from, good boy or girl? I guess I don't know.
You try to look at its crotch to see if it's a boy or girl.
Roll a perception check under the dog.
Red Rocket.
Yeah. Cradle sees lipstick.
Oh, roll a 1, it's a 6.
You can't see. You're too busy getting slobbered on. You don't see it. But after a minute there, and when Ursula starts talking to it, it starts whimpering, and it gets off of you, Cradle, and it starts. You took your pants off your feet, yeah?
What?
You took your pants off your feet? Your
Pants.
shoes?
I thought you said you took your pants off.
I thought that did the dog pull her pants out?
Why is she taking her pants off?
So it's got a hold of you of your boots, and it's like whimpering and trying to pull you somewhere. Not mean or anything, but it's trying to pull you somewhere.
Okay, Melvin, let's go.
Melvin?
Would anybody else come out at this point?
Not yet. This is still Ursula and Cradle.
Oh boy.
Ursula, Melvin's showing us something.
Yes. Maybe we should see what this dog is doing, what it wants.
Yes, let's go. Come on, Melvin.
You struggle with like trying to get up while this dog's pulling on your foot, and you get up, and once you're standing all the way up, it makes a little yelp and runs off. So
I'm gonna grab Ursula by the hand and go chase after the dog.
it runs. So you see where the building where Triglio is, right? It runs off to the north a little ways.
Runs off to the north.
It runs off this way. Whoops. Runs off this way, and then you can see it turn left at that little corner there.
Are you pinging things?
Yeah.
I do not see any pings for
Yeah, I'm
some.
not seeing it either.
You guys are on the Targos map?
Poor Andy.
I think I'm on the right map. It says Priglio Town Hall and all that.
You don't see that at all?
Nope.
No,
Son of a damn.
like this. Do you see mine?
Oh, wait.
I see Garo's.
I think I got
Yeah, I see other ones.
I think.
Hey, my color changed. Oh well.
There you go. Can you see it now?
Now I see it. Yes.
Yeah, I was on the other way.
Yeah.
So you see it hit this corner, and then it turns left and heads up that way.
I see. Okay. Am I being drug off by Cradle? Is that what's happening to chase after the dog?
Absolutely.
I want to send like a quick telepathic message to everyone because I think everybody's still within 30 feet, right?
Yeah, if you haven't left the building, then everybody would still be.
I'm going to send everyone a quick message saying we found a dog and we're going after it to see what it wants.
All right, so you guys, Inga, Jiyu, Garo, and Tumpy, you can all hear the telepathic message from Ursula tell you that they're going to chase the dog down.
Question mark?
Oh.
All right. Yeah. So after a minute of you guys following it, you see the dog come up to this house on the corner, and it's just sitting in front of the door, wagging its tail and barking. And it starts scratching at the door there.
I will go over and scratch the door as well.
Ursula's gonna walk and be like, excuse me. She's gonna kind of shove Cradle to the side and knock on the door to see if anybody answers.
All right. After a minute there, the dog barking is scratching, and Cradle scratching, and you knocking. You hear a voice from inside. What? Hang on. And you see the door crack open a little bit, and inside you see a handsome man. Looks like he might be in his 30s. He takes a look at you for a second, and the dog just barges through the door and runs in all happy and barking. And he watches the dog, and he says, "Hello, boy. It's good to see you again." And he looks out the door again, and he sees you. You can see him take stock of you guys, and then he like looks around you, and he looks the other way, and then you can see his smile from seeing the dog kind of fades. And he says, "Oh no. Please, won't you come in?" And he opens the door up the rest of the way and invites you guys inside.
I'm going to walk in.
He shows you to a little sitting area, and he says, "Please, I'll be right back." And you can hear him in the other room, like you can hear things clattering around, and he says, "Oh, you're a good boy, boy. I missed you." And you can hear some big thumping pats, like he's petting a dog or something. He comes back with a cup for each of you and hands you each the cup. And he says, "Please, thank you for bringing Boy back. Accept this. My gratitude for bringing him home."
Your dog's name?
How did you?
How did what?
Your dog's name is Boy?
Yes, I admit it's not a very original name, but his name is Boy.
If I give you the reward back, will you name it Melvin?
Oh, his name is Boy. And then when he says Boy, you see the dog pop its head around the corner. It's just like the happy, like husky smile.
I'm going to whisper to Ursula, and I thought my name was stupid.
How did you lose your dog exactly?
And he pats the side of his leg and calls the dog over to him, and the dog comes up, and you can see him looking at the harness and the thing hanging off the harness. Looks like a long leather strap. It's probably what's on it right now is probably about 3 feet long, and he holds the end up and he's looking at it, and he points it your guys' way and he says, "This is Boy's sled harness." And it appears that he snapped it or broke it. Said, give me 1 second, just to make sure. Oh, this won't get confusing. Why? Sorry. Does he not tell you? Oh, he does. Okay, my bad. He says, sorry, I should introduce myself. My name's Keegan Velrin. I'll put it in chat for you.
Keegan Velrin.
He said, I was born here in Ten Towns, but my husband came from a wealthy family in Neverwinter. Garrett didn't care for the city life. When I met him, he was working as a guide and loves the outdoors. He loves to climb mountains. A few days ago, Garrett was hired by some adventurers to lead them up the slopes of Kelvin's Cairn. Garrett's plan was to take the adventurers to Caer Konig, the town at the foot of Kelvin's Cairn. After they acquired some climbing gear from the outfitter there, he was to lead them up the mountain. He had taken 6 dogs and a sled with him. Boy here was always Garrett's favorite. He raised him from a pup. Boy would never leave Garrett's side unless something terrible had happened.
I see.
I think something terrible happened.
I think so too. He lost him up on Kelvin's Cairn, is that what you said?
Yeah. Well, that's where they were supposed to go. They were supposed to go to Caer Konig to get supplies and climbing gear and things, and then lead them up the mountain.
I tell him I suspect something must have happened then.
He says, I absolutely agree. Says, I know it's a lot to ask, but could I persuade you to go up there and find Garrett and his companions? I don't have money, but the proprietor of the Luskin Arms is a friend of mine. I could get you some free rooms at the inn. I'm also a scrimshander by trade and can give you some of my artwork. It's not worth much, though, I confess.
Ooh. Ursula's interested in that. She likes little carved things.
And I have a dog.
You have what?
A dog.
You want his dog or like a carving of a dog?
A scrimshaw dog?
One of his dogs. He's got several, right?
He has one at the moment.
Okay.
Yeah, you don't
Maybe
know.
he'll let you keep one if we can find them, the rest of them.
Maybe boys.
You guys are you guys talking, like saying this out loud?
Yes.
He says, if I may, I'm not so sure he would give up one of his dogs. Maybe if one of them had puppies in the future, he might give you one.
Yeah, puppy.
Oh god.
I'm not going to promise anything, but mayhaps in the future, if they were to have puppies, we would keep you in mind. He says, you have to understand, these are not just pets for us here. These are they're tantamount to survival here, especially for someone in Garrett's line of work. He uses them to travel and to transport and in some cases even defense.
I see.
It's not just giving up, just a creature that we raise here. It's actual survival for us.
Cradle nods, and then she gets down on the floor with the dog, and she rubs her face in Boy and says, "Make me puppies."
Oh my god.
He says that's his name is Boy, and he's a boy.
It doesn't acknowledge.
Yeah, I imagine we could keep an eye out. We're not actually going up to Kelvin's cairn, though, are we? We're going to.
You're going. What the dwarves had told you was that they were about halfway to Kelvin's cairn.
Oh, okay. So we are actually going.
Halfway
Yeah,
from
we could.
Kelvin's cairn. Sorry.
Yeah, we're going in that direction.
I would say we could, investigate that, or at least keep an eye out. I'll tell him we'll at least keep an eye out for them.
I would greatly appreciate that. And he says, I worry for Garrett and his group that he took. I know that Garrett this is his thing. This is what he does. He's a guide, and I don't doubt he's still alive out there. But obviously, when just his favorite dog comes back in this kind of condition with his strap broken and none of the other dogs of the sled are with him, then I don't know. I have a bad feeling, but I hope Garrett's still alive. He says
We will find
What?
And I will heal him with my stick.
With a stick?
Yeah, my Healy stick. I showed it to him.
Huh. It's a intricately carved stick?
Yeah.
I would call it a staff myself, but yeah, I can see why it would be a stick. And he also says, if you would look for him, I would suggest looking at Frozen Far Expeditions in Caer Konig. Konig? I don't know how to say that. Konig, I guess. It's likely the last place anyone would have seen Garrett or the group he was with before going up the mountain.
Frozen Far?
All one word, Frozen Far. And then
Okay.
Expeditions.
Expeditions.
Frozen Far.
Okay. Do you happen to know how many people were with him?
Some adventurers doesn't say how many. It's just 6 dogs. 6 dogs
Okay.
led in a group of adventurers.
Okay. Alrighty. Do we need to ask him anything else? I don't think. I think that's pretty much all we need to know.
What does he look like so we know what to look for?
Well, shit.
I was just going to look for dead bodies.
Jeez.
I assume he's not alive anymore.
Let's take this dead body home. Hopefully it's the right one. Really break the dwarf.
this guy looks like a guide. All right.
It looks like probably the people, maybe. Close enough.
This guy looks the freshest. He must be the guide. He lasted the longest. Yeah.
You know what? Give me a second.
You can just make it up then, I guess.
I'm trying to see if they describe him anywhere. Oh, he describes him as a no, he doesn't.
Steve Bishop. We'll know for sure if we find him.
He describes him as he's my rugged bearded man is what we call him, and he shows you a painting that looks like they had done, and he looks like a tall. He's taller than Keegan here. Tall, and he's thick, muscular. He's got a thick, like bushy all around beard. He looks like he's handsome, 30-ish something.
Okay.
You guys need a whole tab for all your quests you're accumulating out here.
I was just thinking that, actually. Write all this down.
Need to put some yellow exclamation points on the map.
Okay. Do you know what time he left on this expedition? What day, maybe?
Well, you remember he had said a few days ago, but
A few days ago, okay.
yeah. He says he doesn't remember what time. He thinks sometime in the late afternoon.
Okay. I think that may be all we need to know.
Do you think Boy would be able to take us back to him?
Oh, I didn't think of that.
He says, I don't know. Maybe, he says, hang on, we'll see something here. And he comes back with a piece of clothing, presumably from Garrett, and he lets Boy sniff it. Boy runs to the door and starts barking at the door. And he says, here, if you would like, you can absolutely take Boy, and Boy may be able to help you find him. And he says, here, I'll put this in a sack for you, and you can take it with you. And he wraps up a couple more pieces of clothing, puts them in a sack, and curls the top over and hands it to you. And he says, 1 second, I should get something else for him. He comes back with what looks like a thick leather leash and lead.
Oh.
He gives it to you.
That's a good idea, Cradle.
For Boy to keep track of, or for you to keep track of Boy, I mean.
Okay. Thank you. We will find him. Let's go, Melvin.
He says, I greatly appreciate it, the two of you. He says, are there any more of you, or is it just the two of you going out to look?
Oh, no, there will be more of us. Quite a bit more. We're actually planning on going up that way anyway, so we will definitely look out for him.
Oh, perfect. Thank you very much, and please tell the rest of your band, give them my thanks.
We will.
Shall we be on our way then?
Yeah.
He leads you to the door and sees you out, and he gives you a couple more thank yous and wishes you well on the journey.
Bye, Keegan. I'll take care of Melvin.
That's Boy. He points to the dog. But
Boy.
He does smile when he says it.
We're going to come back and this dog is only going to respond to Melvin after this. All right.
I gotta show Jiyu. We have a dog.
I guess we shall head back and tell everybody else about our new dog.
All right, so you guys head back as you two come out and you can see Garo's outside puking up something or coughing or something. And a few minutes go by, and you see the other three come out. Tumpy, Garo, Jiyu, and Inga, you guys see Cradle and Ursula come up, and they now have a dog with them that they didn't have before when they walked away, or when you left them outside, rather.
Did Cal get turned into a dog?
No. I think she would be very angry about that. I'll just explain to everybody what happened. Boy / Melvin the dog. And explain how I said we would keep an eye out for Garrett and all the business, and how we borrowed their dog to help us look.
Borrow. All right, what are you guys doing, especially you guys that were in the shop there?
As she's telling the story, Jiyu just kind of takes part of that cloth and just kind of is dipping it in the alcohol. And by the end of it, if it's soaked enough, he wraps it to the top part of the boat of his quarterstaff, and he just puts the alcohol away.
Okay. Yeah. For that, did you divvy that up, or are you carrying it all?
Well, I think it'd be good if we put if they're all like a liter each, it'd probably be good to toss them into the bag of holding to save up space amongst everybody.
Okay.
So hold on a second. So there's like 6 bottles or 4 bottles?
6. There were 6 total.
Molotovs.
Did you make them into Molotovs, or did you just keep them as the 6 bottles for the moment?
Like I divvied them out. Whatever anybody else did with their own bottle. I just figured everybody could have their own bottle.
Yeah, I would like to have one, please.
All right, so yeah, you guys can all add a bottle of the spirits to your inventory.
Cool.
While this is happening, everyone's outside the shop, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I'd like to go back in the shop really quick.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll just be like, oh, wait, 1 second, I'll be right back, everyone. And I go back inside the shop to the shopkeeper.
Yeah.
And I would like to... So I'd like to walk up to him, and I'd like to say, hey, Justin, was it, right?
Hi, Justin.
Yeah, quick question. And as I say that, I'd like to do like one of those like lean back kind of a things to see if anyone's looking.
Yeah, they're all outside and no one else is in the store with you.
But I want it to be obvious that he sees me doing that. Mm-hmm. So he's like, he sees that. I'd like to reach into my bag and I'd like to pull out like something that has my old military insignia on it. Mm-hmm. And I'd like to show it to him really quick and say like, hey, just between you and me, because, doing a little bit of an investigation here. When you said they were shady, what did you mean by that? What's the rumor about that delivery company there?
They're well, first, like when you show him your insignia, he doesn't he looks a little bit confused, but he doesn't like ask you anything about it or stop and say anything. But he says their trouble seems to follow them. He said it's true they're a merchant company, but they kind of like ruffians and their prices are on the high end. That doesn't make them shady though, and he kind of waves that thought away. But he says they do seem to be like ruffians and thugs, and they'll go to the local establishments and start things when they drink, or just trouble just kind of seems to follow them. So I prefer to not do business with them if possible, and like they make the rounds through the entire region here. So the longer they stay away, the better, as far as I'm concerned.
Can you point me in? And I just look back and make sure no one's looking. Could you kind of point me to one of these like these local spots that they might be frequenting, or that they might cause these troubles you're talking about here?
Yeah, he says. Let me look at something real fast again. So yeah, he says the main inn and establishment would be the Luskin Arms. He said it's on about the southwesternmost part of the shoreline here. He says it's a big inn, you can't miss it. It's an inn and tavern, and he says that's I imagine where they would be. And he said outside of that, he says, I imagine they would probably be making camp, or last I heard anyway, if you follow the shoreline north to where it meets the wall. He says, I think they'd be at the end of that line of buildings there, probably camped up against the wall for shelter. Garo, it looks like you're You're talking your dog like big time.
I go, thank you very much, and I slide him 2 gold pieces, and I say, "You're doing the military a great justice here. Thank you." And I just kind of walk out.
So when you quickly make your leave, you hear like military. Like he's questioning what you mean by military, but he says, "Thank you for the tip, I guess. Thank you." Waves at you with his mangled hand.
So when I walk out, I just join back with the group.
Okay, that's a tube dog.
Oh,
Look at that little shit. All right. So what are you guys doing from here?
First thing, we got all those bottles of booze. We should probably divvy those out to everybody.
Yeah, a bottle of spirits, right?
Yeah, so how many spirit bottles did we get?
6.
Yep. And Jiyu had tossed them in the bag of holding, I think, for now. So if you wanted to leave them out, you can.
Yeah. Unless you guys wanted to carry yours, I figured just to kind of save any encumbrance from anybody, just toss them in there if save room or whatever.
I'm drinking mine.
That I like that idea.
All right, I don't need one. I've got my hands, my goblin hands.
I say to everyone, like, we have been traveling some time. Maybe we should, I don't know, get some food and some room and board. Maybe rest for the day and night.
I would love some food.
Oh, the inn that guy mentioned.
And I'd like to mention the inn that he told me. I think what was it? The Luscar Inn? The
Luskin Arms.
The Luskin Arms.
Oh, and if there's a tavern there, it'd be the perfect place to do some band practice.
Did you feel, or not feel, but you hear the guard's voice saying that, "I recommend you not play." It's like a ghostly voice in a movie or something.
Or maybe not. Maybe we shouldn't.
Oh, that was 100% for flavor. That wasn't for anything else.
So I guess we will make our way to the Luskin
Arms.
Luskin Arms.
All right. Is that where you guys are heading?
Onward.
Yeah, as we make our way there, I'd like to tell the rest of the group what the other stuff that the innkeeper or that Justin told me too. That we may want to keep an eye out because for the Targos guy is there too.
Okay.
And I see in the chat, I might have missed some stuff, but did Melissa steal a dog? Or did Cradle steal a dog?
We are borrowing the dog to help us find Keegan's dude, Garrett.
So Cradle has a dog?
So Cradle may or may not be not giving it back.
So yes,
So
Cradle has the dog named Boy at the moment on a leash.
Yeah.
He was actually given to Cradle and Ursula for now to help try to find Garrett.
Yes.
So I have a sack of Garrett's clothes in a bag.
All right.
And did Keegan say we could get free rooms at it's the Luskin Arms, right? That's the same place.
Yeah, I think so. I think he can get you free rooms at the inn. Yep.
Melvin staying in my room.
Poor dog.
Oh, I'm an asshole.
So I guess we're not doing anything else, or are we? We're just saying,
I think we're just going to the Luskan Arms now, I believe.
Yeah.
All right.
Completely up to you guys.
Yeah, that's what we're doing.
So I will. I'll add this to the map. There you go.
They're Luskan Arms. Ooh, it's got a lakeside view.
So, if you guys are going there now, let's see. You guys arrive. The building is large. Let's see. It's large, old, like very old. In fact, it reminds you guys of the some of the buildings that were back in Luskan, the U-Lot that were there. So probably not Cradle or Inga. You wouldn't know this so much, but like the architecture of this building doesn't match the rest of the buildings here, and it looks like the buildings you saw back in Luskan.
So it's like newer?
No, it just doesn't match. It looks old. Like this building looks super old compared to the rest of them, but it doesn't match the rest of the architecture. Like everything else here is very like Fisher Village or like a. It all has a matching aesthetic here, and this one sticks out. When you head in, you see much of the decor in here matches what the outside looks like. It's all like very old and like seems like almost artifact-y of sorts. It looks like Luskan, but like old sections of Luskan. You see the inn has sturdy walls, but you immediately notice upon walking in that the floorboards are warped and rotted. You can feel drafts coming up from the common room floor as you walk in. You even think you spot a couple like dark shapes like running around beneath the floorboards. At the counter, you can see the proprietor is seems like a quiet bald man with a sunken he's got like a dark kind of brooding face to him.
Hello, man.
Man, sorry, my name is Owen Tarsenal. I run the Luskan Arms here. Hello, Bullman. How can I help you?
We need rooms, please.
Oh, I should probably go up there too and tell him that Keegan said we would be able to get free rooms for helping him find Garrett.
As you guys are like up at the counter, you actually hear a familiar voice, Ursula and Cradle. You say, Owen, these two and their friends, please, put them on my tab. I promised to get them rooms. They're going to help me find Garrett. And Owen says, "Oh, yes, I remember the unfortunate disappearance of Garrett. Has he still not come back yet?" And
it seems not so.
Yeah, Keegan says, "No, I mean, it wasn't a mysterious disappearance. He left on his own. I know where he went. He just hasn't come back yet." And you see Owen says, "Oh, that's right. Too much going on in this old head." He is kind of like looks down solemnly and he says, "But yes, how many? All the 6 of you you're all on his bill?"
Yes, please.
And he says, "Yep."
Thank you again.
Keegan says, "Yes, they'll be on my bill if you would." He says, "A round of drinks for them before I go." And you can see him slide a small coin purse over to Owen, and he says, "Again, I wish you all the luck in finding Garrett, and please bring him home safely." And he bows at the group of you and walks back out the door.
I bow back.
And you hear Owen. He says, "Well, I can't be arguing with a pouch full of gold now. Drinks are on him for the first round."
All right. And a sandwich? And a sandwich. Please.
He says a sandwich, and he holds up the coin purse and he jingles it by his ear. And he says, "No, I don't think this covers a sandwich." But
I'll look into the sandwich.
Food for everybody on me.
We eat it off you?
I'll pay for the food.
You're
one of those newfangled restaurants, huh?
I need to remember phrasing. When we order food, I'll order, if there's like anything close to a steak, I'll order a raw one.
Okay.
There's a reason behind this.
Yeah.
There's a reason.
Inga, would you like a raw steak as well? I notice your veggie is disappearing.
This isn't by choice. But yes, that does sound kind of good.
I'll have one as well.
Jiyu's gonna step in and saying, I'm getting my steak raw just so I can give it to boy. You can have yours cooked if you want. I was just I don't need to eat, but I figured, might as well give boy a good meal.
Oh, okay. I'll have a cooked steak then.
I'll have mine medium.
An aristocrat.
Owen takes all of your orders, and Tumpy, Tumpy, Cradle, and Ursula all ordering something as well.
Yeah.
Drinks.
Tumpy's having booze for dinner.
Booze for dinner.
I think you mean a dwarven dinner.
Boiled.
Don't you want a mutton leg to dip into the booze?
Oh, that would be good. Well, that sounds actually really good.
Some Tumpy's chunky porter.
Let's see if they have any sausage pyramids.
Sausage pyramid?
Like we had at Enchanter.
Yeah, he wants a stack of sausage.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
So Owen says, I don't have something like that on a menu, but for the extra coin, I can certainly make you one.
I got that covered.
Geez,
Okay.
so nice.
Won't be cheap, mind you. So a pyramid of sausage sounds mighty expensive, and he's like holding that coin purse up again.
I take out 30 gold.
I mean, it wasn't going to be that expensive, but yeah. He says,
Possibly any future food.
yeah, he says, for this, you guys can eat the rest of the night quite easily.
Yeah.
Catch of the day.
What's that?
What's the catch of the day?
Catch of the day is the same thing it always is. It says knucklehead.
I would like knucklehead with boiled onions.
I can
Knucklehead.
see him making a gross face. He says, I've heard of worse, but that doesn't sound appealing. But if you want it, you can have it.
Yeah.
Give that dog a steak.
And, oops. Let's see if it's. That's not gonna show. I always forget how to do that.
Shh. We will get you a steak
See-
soon.
Cheaper.
The baby.
It's gonna pop up.
Her little ears popped up when I said her name.
Oh.
Piper.
There we go. It's one of these ugly ass looking things.
Yay.
I knew Sister was gonna be like, they're cute.
Yeah,
They
remember
just-
Ollie
they just-
caught one.
They just kind of look like a shrunken sperm whale with colors on them.
Looks tasty to me.
It's a Magikarp.
Magic card. I hope it evolves.
Into an aboleth. No.
No, not
We're,
that though.
we're all gonna die. Existential crisis.
Right, well, he takes all your orders and like he disappears for a little while. He makes sure you guys have your drink, and he comes back kind of a long time later and brings the food back and says, can I get you any more drinks, or are you set for now?
I would like a daiquiri.
He just looks at you and has no idea what a daiquiri is.
Damn.
What's the fanciest drink you have? The fanciest fruit drink?
Hang on.
Something with coconut in it.
You see him turn around and he grabs like 3 different bottles and pours them all into a cup and he says, "Here,
What do you call this?
3 wise men."
Oh.
Yes. Beautiful.
Cheers. 3 wise men.
It's called 3 different whiskeys. It's the fanciest thing I have.
Oh,
And you're
no.
looking at the shelves and you like judging by the bottle or the labels or like markings that are on the bottles, it looks like these are like the only kinds of whiskey that he has, and the rest of it's probably ale.
What a fancy drink. Actually, we could use that as a band name, possibly.
What?
3 wise men.
So which one's not smart? There's 4 of you in this band. 4 men.
That's fine.
Okay.
As soon as we get the food back, I give my steak immediately to Boy for being a good boy.
Just gobbles it right up. He loves it.
Yeah.
No, when he's all
Spoiled.
done, he curls up on the floor around Cradle.
Good boy.
You see him do the dog thing, or it's just like one eye pops open and looks at you and closes back and goes back to sleep.
All right, I'm off to bed.
I too sleep.
Everybody crashing for the night then?
I think so.
Aye.
I get close to Ursula and say, good night, with my fish and onion breath.
Oh my God.
Oh God, why? Ugh. Make sure you brush your teeth.
Okay.
Ugh.
All right. Yeah, you guys. He shows you to your rooms. Shows you 2 rooms each, and he says, "I assume you 2 want a room together." And he makes sure he points to Cradle and Ursula, and the other ones, like, you guys can bunk up how you want. And so you find the rooms like comfortable enough, but as you guys are going to sleep, you can hear like the scratches in the walls and the floor, probably what are mice and rats running around. Like the floor up here is pretty much just as bad as the floor downstairs. Comfy enough. It's shielded against the elements, but it's the other inns you've been in have been much better than this one. Alright. You go to bed for the night, and most of you need to hold on.
What?
As
What?
Ursula sleeps, you have some dreams, some awful dreams. You see what look like a set of scales intertwined, maybe serpent bodies coiled around all you can see is like this like ball of what looks like serpent things meshed together. You can see one particular length of a serpent kind of pulling or like stretching out or moving out and disappears, and you notice that one is like a different darker color than all the rest of them. And you wake up with a jolt. And when you wake up, you see you're used to doing telepathic things, right? You're used to sending messages and and using your powers to talk to people through telepathy, but that like inner voice that you're used to using, it feels like a static now. Like there's some kind of like white noise there at the moment.
You mean like she doesn't have her, like she can't use her telepath abilities anymore?
You don't feel like anything's blocked, but it just feels like there's some kind of like buzzing, like white noise kind of thing going on now.
Is it like a constant like tinnitus or something?
Yeah, almost like that. Yeah, but like a fuzzy, instead of like a high pitched ringing, it's more like a fuzzy sound.
Huh.
Like the old TV static. Think of that.
Yeah. Okay.
It's just quiet.
Ugh. And it's just constantly there now?
Yep.
Okay.
All right. Now go back to everybody else. All right. So yeah, that's where we'll end for the session. Yeah. Very, very good in the chat there. Good job. But yeah, that's where we'll end this session and pick back up. So thank you everybody for watching. If you enjoyed, please like, comment, subscribe, all the usual good stuff. You can check the links for links to our social media pages and let us know what you thought. And as always, we would very, very much appreciate it if you could share a video or a link to our videos with even just one person or family, friend, whatever. We would appreciate it a lot. So with that, we're the Dirty Rollers, and we'll see you later.
Bye.
She's sucking poop now.
Yeah!